A pirate skiff is one of the hardest things on Earth for a navy to find. It's small, it's fast, it rides low in a vast ocean, and against the endless chop of the waves it barely shows up on radar at all. For decades, that near invisibility was the pirate's single best weapon, because you cannot stop what you cannot find. A warship can be 20 miles away with the most advanced sensors ever built and still never see the one boat that matters. And then, pirates found the drone. A cheap, off-the-shelf quadcopter hands a pirate something he has never had in the entire history of piracy: eyes 1,000 feet in the air. A periscope that can peek over the horizon and study a target from miles away, while the skiff itself stays hidden in all that empty water. On paper, it is the perfect upgrade, the ultimate edge. It is also the single dumbest move a pirate can make, because the moment that drone powers up, it stops being a periscope and becomes a flare. To fly it and to watch the video it sends back, the operator has to fill the air with radio signals, and in these waters, everyone is listening. The drone that was supposed to make the pirates invisible is about to scream their exact position to every warship and every patrol plane in the Gulf. So here is what actually happens when pirates start using drones. They don't get harder to catch, they get easier. Picture it at first light in the Gulf of Aden. Somewhere out in the haze, a mothership, a larger vessel, the pirate's floating base, sits in a busy shipping lane and lets a single small skiff slip away from its side. In the old days, that skiff would now begin the worst part of the job. Long, exposed hours of patrolling, burning fuel, hunting the horizon for a target, and praying a Navy patrol didn't find them first. Searching the ocean from a small boat is searching a stadium through a drinking straw. The skiff cuts its engine and sits still, almost invisible, a single dot in 1,000 square miles of water. And one man lifts a drone off the deck and sends it climbing into the dawn sky. Now they can see. The drone's camera feeds live video to a tablet on the skiff, and suddenly the pirates have a god's eye view of the sea lane. They find a ship. They close the drone in for a look. They are not just looking at a ship, they are reading it. Is she riding low in the water, with a deck close enough to reach with a ladder? Where are the guards, and where aren't they? Is there razor wire on the rails, and are there gaps in it? Does the stern have a blind spot the crew can't watch? Are there armed contractors aboard, and where are they standing? A drone inspects all of it from above, in minutes, from miles away, at zero risk. If the ship looks too tough, the pirates recall the drone, save their fuel, and wait for an easier one. If they find a weakness, they have a plan, and the drone can even stay up during the attack, watching the ship maneuver and talking the skiff into the perfect angle. It is, on its face, a genuine advantage, a cheap, disposable force multiplier that turns a blind skiff into a scout team. And it is the exact moment the whole thing turns against them. Start with the target they picked. On the bridge of that container ship, the watch is not asleep. The ship is running inside a recommended transit corridor. The security plan is active. The citadel is ready. The crew is drilled. A lookout catches it first, a dark speck against the rising sun, too small and too fast to be a bird, hanging 1,000 meters off the stern quarter. He raises his binoculars, and there it is, a quadcopter, motionless in the air, pointed straight at the ship. A fishing boat might be a fishing boat. A drone hovering over a merchant ship in a piracy zone is one thing and one thing only: the opening move of an attack. There is no innocent reason for it to be there. So the moment it's seen, it works against the pirates twice. First, it tells the crew exactly what's coming, while the skiff is still over the horizon, turning a surprise into a warning. The ship speeds up, starts making hard, unpredictable course changes, and readies its defenses. And second, the captain makes one phone call that the pirates can never take back. The distress signal goes out. In that instant, a one-skiff problem becomes a problem for an entire multinational task force. The pirates extended their eyes by a few miles. The merchant ship just alerted a network that sees everything. Then comes the part the pirates never understood about their new toy.
That drone cannot work in silence.
To send its video back to the tablet, it has to transmit and receive radio signals constantly, the entire time it's flying. Every warship and every maritime patrol aircraft in these waters carries equipment built for exactly one purpose: to listen to the electromagnetic spectrum and pick out the things hiding in it. Commercial drones broadcast on known, common frequencies. To a naval receiver, a drone isn't a stealthy scout, it's a beacon, transmitting a steady signal that says, "Here I am." By reading the direction and strength of that signal, an operator on a warship or a patrol plane can get a bearing straight back to the drone and its controller. The pirates think they're conducting silent surveillance. What they're actually doing is holding up a radio transmitter in the middle of an empty ocean and broadcasting their location to the most sophisticated listening systems on the planet. Launching and recovering the thing only makes it worse. The skiff has to slow or stop. They came to find a needle in a haystack. Instead, they set the haystack on fire and stood next to the flame. So the hunt flips, and the first thing that arrives is not a ship. When that distress call lands, a merchant vessel reporting a drone over its deck, the Regional Naval Command has a tool built for this exact picture: the P-8A Poseidon. It looks like an ordinary airliner because it is one, a militarized Boeing 737. But it is packed wing to wing with sensors designed to find things on and under the ocean. It can stay airborne for hours and sweep enormous stretches of sea. Its surface search radar is tuned to pull tiny, low contacts out of the wave clutter. Its camera turret can reach out and identify a boat from miles away. And it carries the same listening gear we just described, so it can fly a search pattern and home in on the drone's control signal directly. The aircraft flies down the bearing of the drone's transmissions. Inside, at darkened consoles, the mission crew works the problem in stages. The radar finds the skiff sitting in the clutter. An operator slews the camera turret onto that return and pushes the magnification in, and a smudge on a screen resolves into a boat, men aboard, and then the details that decide everything. Extra fuel barrels lashed to the deck, a boarding ladder, the unmistakable shape of weapons. The crew counts heads and compares the picture to the profile of a pirate action group, and the classification comes back fast. Minutes earlier, the pirates were using their drone to find a ship. Now the Navy is using the pirates' drone to find the pirates. And the men in the skiff may not even know the plane is up there because it's circling miles away at altitude, watching everything they do. Once that skiff is positively identified, the P-8A stops searching and starts directing. It passes the skiff's exact position, course, and speed to the task force commander over a secure link, and then it simply holds overhead and watches, the eyes for whatever comes next, even if that something is still over the horizon. And what comes next is usually a helicopter, vectored straight to the skiff by the Poseidon. An MH-60R Seahawk lifts off a destroyer's deck and closes the distance fast. It has its own radar and its own infrared camera, so it finds and locks the skiff on its own, the turret tracking the boat from a mile out while the pilots run in low over the water. And then it simply arrives. And the arrival is the whole point. A military helicopter screaming in low over a pirate skiff is an argument that ends most attacks before a shot is fired. The aircrew can hail the boat and order it to turn away. The helicopter is armed. A door gunner can put warning shots across the bow to make the capability unmistakable. On the sensor screen back on the ship, you can watch it happen in real time. The skiff slewing into a hard turn, breaking off its run, abandoning the target it spent all morning scouting. Because now the pirates face a math problem with one answer. They cannot outrun a helicopter. They cannot fight it. The drone that was supposed to give them an edge has led a warship's aircraft directly to their door. The endgame is almost paperwork. A boarding team comes alongside in a rigid hull boat, weapons up, and the men in the skiff, who an hour ago were the hunters, put their hands in the air. They're disarmed and detained. The weapons and the ladders are bagged as evidence, and so is the drone and its controller, which is the final irony. The thing the pirates raised to hunt their target is now the strongest piece of evidence against them. Its memory may hold video of the entire targeting run, the ship, the approach, the plan, and the controller ties straight back to the operator who flew it. In a courtroom, that's not a vague accusation. That's a recording of the crime with the defendant's fingerprints on the remote, the periscope, the flare, and now the confession. All in one cheap quadcopter, all bagged on the deck of a warship the pirates never saw coming. The machine that finds and fixes a skiff in open ocean is real. It runs in these waters every day, and we have watched it work. In November 2023, in the Gulf of Aden, a tanker called the Central Park put out a distress call. Armed men had boarded her. She was a Liberian-flagged ship hauling a cargo of phosphoric acid. Her crew did the one thing that matters most. They sealed themselves in the citadel, the ship's armored panic room, and denied the attackers the only prize worth taking. A coalition answered. The destroyer USS Mason, with allied ships from the Counter-Piracy Task Force and aircraft overhead, closed in and demanded the ship's release. The 5 attackers gave up on the crew they couldn't reach, piled into a small boat, and ran for the Yemeni coast. The Mason chased them across open water until they had nowhere left to go, and they surrendered. Crew safe, attackers in custody. The layered system, a crew that reported and hardened, a network that responded, a warship that ran the threat to ground, did exactly what it's built to do. And then the night delivered the detail that tells you what kind of ocean this now is. As the Mason was wrapping up the rescue, 2 ballistic missiles were fired from Houthi-controlled Yemen toward the destroyer and the tanker. They splashed into the Gulf of Aden about 10 miles away. A warship that spent its evening solving an old problem. 5 men in a skiff got shot at with ballistic missiles while doing it. The threats in these waters now run from the oldest thing at sea, armed men in a small boat, all the way up to anti-ship missiles fired by a state-backed force. And those missile attacks are not piracy. They are a different, military problem entirely. Pulling a quadcopter's radio signal out of the noise is the same electronic warfare discipline as picking up a missile's guidance radar. Every hour navies spend learning to defeat drones and missiles in the Red Sea sharpens the exact muscle that catches a pirate holding up a transmitter in the dark, which is why the drone changes less than the pirates hope. They are betting a cheap camera can shift the balance of information in their favor, but information runs both ways, and they are bringing a mall-bought transmitter to a fight against the best listening systems ever made. The mothership, the skiff, and now the drone, against a network of merchant crews, reporting centers, patrol planes, helicopters, and warships that are already wired together and already waiting. Every layer of that network has a job, and the drone trips all of them at once. It warns the ship, it alerts the task force, and it lights up the skiff that launched it. A new tool that does the enemy's work for him is not an advantage. It's a gift. The pirate's drone gives him eyes over the horizon. He just never stops to ask the only question that matters. If he can see them from 5 miles away, who else can see him?